Welcome to the Waldock Way. I'm Jessica. Today's video is going to be a look inside my survival school curriculum. Now, we actually used this over the summer, so I reprinted it so I could show you guys a blank one, and we loved it. It was one of the highlights of our year, and I'm actually surprised I enjoyed it as much as I did, because when Emily asked me to do survival school, I kind of wanted to die. That is not really my cup of tea. But I had a blast designing it, and we ended up having a blast when we did the curriculum itself. And because I was so busy and didn't get to show you guys inside over the summer, I wanted to take the time to do that now, because I think that there are so many of you that would really enjoy something like this. Maybe you're a mom like me who it's not your thing, but your kids would love it. And I've already done the work for you now. So I'm going to show you inside as well as what is required to do it. So on the first page of the download, it tells you your required and your suggested resources. If you have ever bought anything from me before, you know I have a ton of suggested resources, but that does not mean you need any of this. The only things you need for this curriculum are the first 6 Bear Grylls Adventures books. So you're going to need the Blizzard Challenge, the Earthquake Challenge, the River Challenge, the Sea Challenge, the Jungle Challenge, and the Desert Challenge. And now that I just showed those to you, those were actually in backwards order. But those are the 6 books that you're going to need, those 6 titles. And then you're also going to need the Bear Grylls Survival Camp book. This is the ultimate all-terrain training manual. So those are the only 7 items that you have to have for this. And you can get them from the library, because the only one you're going to use for more than a week is the survival camp. The others you're only going to use a week at a time. So I always suggest extra books, games, TV shows and videos, and then activities. So there's tons of extras here for you. And then basically you have really, really easy 6-week layout here, because that is the way it's designed. Each book is a unit or a week. You can stretch them if you want or do them one a day. That's up to you. But I have a lesson checklist that gives you basically 1 book a week. So each week includes the Bear Grylls Adventure challenge book that you're going to need, the survival camp pages, a survival PDF, and then a YouTube playlist that's specific to that week itself. Everything in the front that I showed you guys was something that could be used through the entire course. The lesson plan checklist is very easy. It has you reading 2 chapters each day of the Bear Grylls book. It has you reading certain pages each day from the survival camp book. And then it has you doing 1 additional activity a day. So on day 1, you're going to complete your backpack activity, which is included in here. I'll show you in just a moment. On day 2, you're going to watch a video, and that's going to be your YouTube playlist that's linked right here. Or you can watch one of the videos that was listed in the front if you don't want to watch the YouTube playlist. On day 3, you're going to do an activity from the Pinterest board, which there are tons of really fun survival activities on there. On day 4, you're going to play a game. If you don't own a game, or you can't afford a game, or you can't get your hands on one, that's fine, because I've included one for you. And then on day 5, you're going to complete the tips for your surviving activity, which is on here in the download as well. So basically you have a lesson plan checklist for each of the books / unit. So there's 6 of those. And then these were the 2 activities that I said were included. This very first one is the pack your backpack activity. And the way it works is you're going to tell your child nothing more than, we are going on an adventure with Bear Grylls. This is the Blizzard Challenge. They can look at the front of the book only. I mean, obviously they can look at the back too, but they're not allowed to look inside the book. And they have to either write or draw what they are going to pack to go on this adventure, to go do this challenge. On the very last day, they're going to write 5 tips that they learned for surviving this environment and this challenge, because Bear Grylls is going to give them tons of tips throughout the book. So they're going to write those 5 tips down. Now, what I had Emily do, it's not required, but what I had her do was go back to the backpack that she packed and circle the items that she packed that she actually needed, and then X out the items that she didn't need. So for instance, let's say she said she took a candy bar, she would have X'd that out. Maybe she took a bathing suit, she's going to X that out. She took a really, heavy jacket, she's going to circle that. So that way she's reviewing what she drew or wrote and what she actually needed. So there are 6 of those because there's 6 units. And then these are the printouts of the PDFs that are included that are the survival PDFs. Within these, this is all nonfiction companion that I have added for extra learning. And it is going to take them through survival kits, first aids, basic needs for survival, shelter, building a fire, foraging, navigation. There's also filtering water, threats, how to plant identification, animal identification, protein if you needed it in the wild, snares and traps. I mean, there is a ton, water sources, ton of information in here. So that is the first part of the PDF that is included. And then I had told you guys that I included a game. So what this is trivia cards. There's a whole deck of trivia cards, and you're going to play it in the way that you're going to read it. You're going to ask your child to answer it, or your children or your family to answer it, and whoever gets the correct answer gets to keep the card. So at the end of the game, whoever has the most cards is the winner. What's so great about this is it's tons of survival, nature, trivia, so you can play it every week and it won't get old, and your kids are just going to continue to learn. So you don't have to worry about running out and buying a game because there is one included. Now, because I know I'm going to get asked, I'm going to go ahead and answer what I expect will be the most frequently asked question. And that is, if I was to buy one game, which game would you recommend? If you were to buy one game, if I was to recommend one game, it would be Camp. And there's 2 reasons why. The first reason is that it is up to 8 players. So if you have a large family, or if you want to have, friends over, a large group can play. And another reason is that when it says ages 4 and up, it really, really means it. So I'm going to show you guys on the back right here, the cards that you play with. First of all, the board is gorgeous. But when you first start playing, you're going to pick one of these little guys for each person. That's like a little guy or a little kid fishing. And there's levels 1, 2, 3, and 4. And so everybody's going to get one of those so that you know what level question to ask each person. So the youngest one for this card, for example, is what animal is pictured above? A deer, a moose, or a black bear. The next level, for level 2, is what is a baby bear called? A calf, a cub, or a pup. For level 3, it's what is a group of bears called? A sleuth, a clutch, or a gang. And then for level 4, it's what is the scientific name of the bear, and I'm not even going to try to butcher those. Another really cool feature is that you have this little like spy red reveal thing, and you have to slide it on the side of the cards. You can see here that the side of the card doesn't have the answer. You have to use this to reveal the answer, and kids find that really, really fun. It also includes fun facts as well, depending on the space that you land on. And so the fun facts are exactly that. They're fun. Polar bears can swim 50 miles without pausing for a rest. So this game, there's just so much learning that can happen. And it's one of those games that works for a large family and it works for all ages. And that is very hard to find. So hands down, this Camp would be my #1 game suggestion. So that is an in-depth look at my survival school curriculum. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have a survival enthusiast, I hope this is something that you will look at for them because I think they will really enjoy it. Thanks for watching.